Then on 6th Street at the time was a place called the Lamplight Saloon, which is right across the street from the Ritz Theater. A lot of the bands that would be playing at that time at the Armadillo, if there was a conflicting gig and they couldn't get in the Armadillo, they'd put them in the Ritz Theater. So I got a chance to see, we were actually playing across the street as the Cobras in the Lamplight, and Little Richard was playing at the Ritz. And so we get a chance to take a break, run across the street, let us in just for 10 minutes so we can watch Little Richard. And that's the only chance I ever got to see him. But look, once again, that place, the Ritz Theater, would bring in Booker Allen and some of the more obscure blues guys would play over there. But let me see other nightclubs. Of course, Antone's was going good then. We played a lot at Soap Creek, and of course the Cobras at that time were traveling a lot, so we were playing all over, coast to coast. We got a chance to play, the Lone Star Cafe in New York several times. We played the San Francisco Blues Fest a couple of times. And we very, very rarely made much money. We were just still without a record label, without any tour support. We're just, lots of times pull into a town and have to get a draw from the club owner to get a hotel, stuff like that. But man, just some of the best times in my life are those gigs where we just were having a great time, and just because the whole band was really said, yeah, we should travel. We can't just play in Austin all the time, so we got to get out and do that kind of thing. So. We've done Armadillo, Antone, Soap Creek Saloon. I'm sure there was places like Bevo's and some smaller clubs that came with. Oh, the Roam Inn, of course, down which was Texas French Bread on 29th Street. That was originally opened up by a guy named Seaboy, who was a cook for a long time at the original Nighthawk restaurant on Congress and like Riverside or something down there in that area. He was a chef he was a cook at the Nighthawk. And then Steve Wertheimer and a guy named Hank Vick, who used to be the manager of Steamboat, which was on 6th Street. Back now 6th Street's the main scene down there for college kids and tourists. Back in those days, there was Antone's on 6th Street. Later on, the Lamplight Saloon opened. But at that time, as you got further on off Congress into East Austin, it was kind of a seedy place. I mean, it was kind of, some of the clubs down there were particularly Hispanic clubs. You didn't want to go in there because it was just kind of a dangerous scene. As long as you went to the right places, you were fine. But still, it was, the prostitution down there and drug sales were just off. Any big city has some area where that's going on. But as it progressed and I guess got more gentrified, moving towards the east. Later on, some clubs like Steamboat Springs opened, which was a great venue for rock and roll bands predominantly, or in country bands. But anyway, I was going along with about Seaboy. Hank Vick and Steve Wertheimer opened up, bought or just released for a while this place out on Lake Austin called Ski Shores. And they built a small stage out there, had Seaboy out there making barbecue, that had blues bands that played out there a lot with Derek O'Brien and Sarah Brown, and they'd just say, come out and just play, whenever. Mostly on weekends, because it was just a little touristy kind of a place. Anyway, so that's where Seaboy started getting influenced by the music, and then when he got a chance to get Roam Inn, Seaboy took over Roam Inn and started managing that. And so that's why Steve Wertheimer named that club Seaboys. He's got on South Congress now, because Seaboys was just a wonderful person, a great heart, and just embraced all the musicians. Even he was kind of like Clifford, he would go into debt to keep a club open and keep the musicians playing. He'd always feed you for free. Even if the gate didn't do much money, he'd take a bunch of money out of the till and just, try to make it worth your while to have been there, So another great place, that was Roam Inn that Seaboy had for a long time. And of course, Steve Wertheimer went on to, I've even forgot about the Continental Club. Of course, the Continental Club has been around since the 50s. For a long time, it was just a bar with guys in there playing dominoes and cards and stuff. And then I'm sure that with the demise of the One Night, that was Roger One Night and a couple other guys, I'll think of their names soon. They finally folded that club up for some reason and moved over and started managing the Continental Club, and that's when they were bringing more blues acts in there and rock and roll bands, and the Continental Club was one of the main clubs in Austin. Everybody could always be assured that there was going to be good music if you went there. They hired great bands, and that was a really solid club for a long time. And of course, the Cobras played there a lot. We recorded a live album there, I think in '78 or '79.